We say hello to everyone watching us on YouTube and Facebook as well as we are live. We say hello to Hakim588, who's back, Patrick LeMay, the quad artist, along with Master of Bizaster, watching some late racing tonight as we just get started. Everyone, we say a welcome and a hello. We are live at Edgewater Airpark here just outside of Malvern, Ohio. My name is Joe Scully, going to be your host and guide here as we get into a brand new format as we've done qualifying here on our LED course at the 6th annual FPV Fest by ReadyMadeRC. We're doing team racing. We've taken our top 20 pilots from qualifying. We've paired them together, 1st and 20th, 2nd and 19th, etc. We're going to race them heads up, a race to 5 laps, 4 pilots at a time, and it'll be points, based on points, and it's a tournament round-robin Swiss style. I want to take a look at where we're going to start here. It's K-Mead and Slowey, Blue Jay, and Heisenberg, your first teams to go here. Which, as we look to our team roster, this is Team Chinklets with Blue Jay and Heisenberg, and Team Shock Collars with K-Mead and Slowey. Now, the way the points work, you want to be 1st and 2nd together as a team as we go through our entire bracket. You want to be 1st and 2nd. If you're 1st and 2nd, you get 2 points. If you get 1st and the other team gets 2nd, you only get 1 point. See how that works? So you want 1st and 2nd in the race as we get set to go with heat number 1. It should be a 20 race program. Should be a race to 5. These are, looks like our pilots are set to fly. All right, pilots, 5 laps, what we're looking for. Good luck. Arm your quads. Live on the tone, lesson 5. Lots of great LEDs. K-Mead with the whole shot. All 4 pilots here underway. K-Mead well in front here, ready to post that first opening lap. It's going to be a 16 and change for him on the opening lap. It's Blue Jay in the number 2 spot now. Got a lap for Slowey, K-Mead and Blue Jay. So opposite teams here, 1st and 2nd. There's K-Mead on the lap number 4. Blue Jay still rocking with us. And 1 more to go here for K-Mead as he gets on to lap number 5. And Blue Jay getting on that final lap as well. K-Mead is going to get our first win for his team across the line. That's our first win for the Shock Collars. And we lost Blue Jay. So Heisenberg going to pull up 2nd here for the Chinklets. So that is going to be 1 point for the win for Team Shock Collars. And I got to hit a whole ton of buttons right here, but we'll look at the official results up on our screen as I start to hit some buttons over here on the sidelines. So 1 point for the Rockstars, K-Mead and Slowey. And of course, repair underway as well. Up next is going to be Shern Kyle versus Drew Racer 32 and Matter Day. On deck will be Turbo Joe and Drone Slinger, Fender and Doodless. You guys are on deck. Come on over and get your channels all sorted out as we will get our course repair underway. Getting ready for heat number 2. So taking a look at where we are, heat number 2. This will be Schnur and Kyle Bomber. Together they are Schnur Bomber. Drew Racer 32 and Matter Day. Together they're Good Team Name. Schnur Bomber seated 2nd and 19th in qualifying. Good Team Name 7th and 14th. Good grouping right there. Say hello to that. Flying Ryan watching in Florida. Say hello to Realize watching maybe in Florida. Don't know where he's at here tonight. Heat number 3, Turbo Joe, Drone Slinger, Fender, and Doodleist. That's all sorted, submitted. All right. You guys are on deck. We're also live on Facebook on the livefpv.com channel. Broadcasting live here from Edgewater Airpark. Say hello to Jordan Barris watching us on Facebook here tonight. I'm sure here momentarily. That Quad Doc will be watching us as well online. Starting to grid up here. Line them up in the flight line. Drew Racer 32 and Matter Day versus, that's Good Team Name, Schnur and Kyle Bomber. Schnur Bomber. Your next team to work. So remember the format. You want to place first and second for 2 points. And as we go through this bracket, it's kind of like a round robin, but this is called a Swiss tournament. The way that works, we have our seeds together in round number 1. When we go to round number 2, every team that won will be matched together. Those that lost will be matched together. When we go to round 3, it'll be then matched up on equal number of wins or losses. Round 4 will be the decider. And it comes down to the points. So it's not match wins, it's first and second wins. You can get 2 points if you're first and second, 1 if you're third. And right now, just one team on the books after our first heat. The Shock Callers, K-Meat and Slowy with their first win not too long ago. What's the difference? Yeah. No, like on your dog. Huh. Hey, Realize Frank Manad is saying hello to you, Eddie. He says, is that Eddie in the background? That's my Miami brother. Hey, slide in front of this camera over here and wave to Realize. There you are. There we are. Watching in the chat, getting ready to race. It's Captain Uno, part of the Music Makers. Course repair just about complete. Team coming in. All right. Oh. I think we're about ready to power up. So Drew Racer 32 and Matter Day, good team name. Cal Bomber and Schnur FPV, Schnur Bomber. Still waiting to power up quads. Matt S says Bot Grinder needs to share the live stream again. Yeah, we need a bot swarm. But we're only one heat into this bracket here. We got lots of races still to go. Here in this preliminary round, the team tournament. And if you're, what is this called? It's a Swiss type of tournament. The reason that we decided to go with this format is because a Swiss system tournament is a non-eliminating tournament format that features a set number of rounds of competition, but considerably fewer than that of a round-robin tournament. In a Swiss tournament, each competitor, team, or individual does not necessarily play all the other entrants. They meet one-on-one in each round, paired using a set of rules designed to ensure that each competitor plays opponents with similar running scores, but not the same opponent more than once. The winning team is the competitor with the highest aggregate points earned in all the rounds. All competitors play in each round unless there's an odd number of players. And this is very popular in the game of chess, bridge, Scrabble, even Frisbee golf, and more. Not sure what the holdup is on the line, but of course it is that first round. Solvent FPV watching on YouTube says, good luck, pilots. Joined us last night for last night's bot swarm. Looks like we got full video, but adjusting some camera settings on Matter Day. So the left-hand side of your screen is going to be Team Good Name. On the right-hand side of your screen is Schnur Bomber. Just one pilot left on the line right now. Camera got wet. We're going to try and swap a camera. Oh, that is really funky right now. If you looking at two different feeds there. That's kind of weird. Master of Disaster says, cool format. Never seen it before. Yeah, it's brand new. We haven't done it. But here we are working with, we had 20 pilots, actually 21 pilots, and wanted to come up with a format that was engaging, interactive. And originally I was going to say round robin, but MC Sky says, how about a team race tonight? I'm like, well, team racing in the dark might be a little rough. Doing those battery swaps. He did say team race. So then I went to Google, and I'm like, how do we do a round robin that's not a million rounds? Came up with a Swiss tournament. And so far, we're one heat in. This is pretty good. Matter Day with another quad. Things look good. We got full video. Again, it's Team Good Team name on the left-hand side of your screen and Team Schnur Bomber on the right-hand side of your screen. Good luck, pilots. Goggles down, thumbs up. Arm your quads. Oh, stand by, stand by. I thought I was watching YouTube and Schnur FPV's feed there. What was that on the OSD? That was weird. That's a YouTube channel, not a store. Here we go. Pilots, arm your quads. Live on the tone, less than 5. Off to the races we go, 4 up, and it's an exciting night of drone racing once again as we'll go Matter Day first through the gate and Schnur. So a little bit of a switch up in our giddy up. This is our second heat here, this team format in our preliminary round. It's going to be Schnur, your leader after 1 with a 17-2, already at the red gate on the backside. Then Matter Day and Drew Racer 32 running second and third. Remember, Drew Racer 32 is going to want to slide into second behind his partner. Schnurr FPV with a 15-0 onto lap number 3. We take him. It's a 5-lap race. Cal Bomber gets one done. Drew Racer gets onto that lead lap, lap number 3. And Matter Day down. It's going to be looking to his partner here to get some points won for him. Drew Racer 32 to try and do that defense. And Schnurr FPV gets onto his final lap, lap number 5. Drew Racer number 32 in the number 2 spot. That could work in a big way. There's a dang, meaning Schnurr FPV across the line first. And Drew Racer 32 going to pull up second, so it'll be a point of 1 to Schnurr Bomber. Matter Day pulling up third, and Kyle Bomber pulling up fourth. That one will be in the books. And yeah, you can land races over. That is where is it right there. So a point of 1 to Schnurr Bomber. Let's take a quick look at the results from that last race. That's Schnurr FPV, 5 laps a minute 10. Drew Racer 32 with 4 laps in a minute 16. Matter Day with 2 laps officially, and Kyle Bomber with 1. Again, that is going to give 1 point to Schnurr and Kyle Bomber, 1 win as well. As we get set to move to your next heat, this will be Turbo Joe and Drone Slinger. On deck will be Fender and Doodless, and the hole will be Sidewinder and Captain Uno, along with King and Good as Butter. Turbo Joe, Drone Slinger, Fender, and Doodless up. Turbo Joe and Drone Slinger. Notice Team Turbo, Fender, and Doodless. The blue team. They will be the blue team. Good guys wear blue. Crazy music in the background. I don't know where I came up with this playlist. 3568 for those tuning in-house on those FPV feeds. Looks like we're about set here in the flight line. About to go green. Turbo Joe and Drone Slinger versus Fender and Doodless. So blue team on the top of your screen. And Team Turbo on the bottom of your screen. Turbo, our winner of racing last night. Just waiting for a thumbs up that our 4 pilots are ready. Goggles down, thumbs up. Arm your quads. Live on the tone, lesson 5. Anthony Capuno cheering on Turbo Joe. He gets a hole shot, first one through our gate. You'll notice Drone Slinger flying the tiny whoop. That got him into the show. Qualifying with the tiny whoop after having some quad issues. Fender going to be your leader after one with a 22-0. Doodless with a 24-2. This could be our first team, a blue team, leading here after one. Did it miss you?
Review it. 1, 2. Did you crash out? What happened?
So this could be our first win of by a team to sweep first and second. Fender and Doodalus, a blue team. Fender working on lap number 5. Doodalus about to cross onto lap number 5 through our start-finish gate. We lost Turbo Joe on lap number 3. Drone Slinger still working it with that tiny whoop. Fender 5 laps at minute 32. Drone Slinger, he's done with the NASCAR rule on to lap number 4, but he gets 3 recorded. Doodalus getting 5 laps in as well. So Fender and Doodalus, the blue team, your first team to get 2 wins here tonight. Looking at those official results up on the screen. Submit scores, saving. Up next is Sidewinder Captain Uno versus King and Good as Butter. On deck, Mr. Noise, Jim G, Aviator, and Rad Choi. Those results are in, so now we should be able to take a look at our team totals as we're going to slide up into the number 1 spot here after a refresh. Fender and Doodalus, they got their 2 points. Our first team to do it, that's the blue team at the top of the board. As we get ready to go to heat number 4. Quad retrieval underway. 2, 4, 6, 7 in-house. The 4 FPV channels. Sidewinder and El Cappuccino. Team Making Music. King and Good as Butter. Team Shake and Bake. And when we go to our FPV feed here, Team Making Music will be on the top, and Team Shake and Bake on the bottom. Anthony Cabuno excited to see Butter tear it up. Cheering on Good as Butter. What's our holding pattern that we were on? We had a holding pattern for 1 pilot. No worries. Team Shake and Bake on the bottom with King and Good as Butter. Team Making Music on the top with El Capitan Uno and Sidewinder FPV. Just making some adjustments here to some goggles, making sure that everything's tuned in. They say we're ready to run. Good luck, pilots. Goggles down, thumbs up. Arm your quads. live on the tone, less than 5. There's a launch, Sidewinder FPV and King, your first two across. Boys in the truck had kind of put their head down, and now we're down to, it looks like one from each team, with Sidewinder leading the charge here for Team Making Music, and King gonna crash out on lap number 2. We may be just down to 1 here momentarily. Which means only 1 point unless someone gets up in the air. And so far, no one getting up in the air. On to that final lap we go as Sidewinder FPV, last one in the air. Had some 14s and a 15 in the last time around. And there's 5 laps in 1:18 for Sidewinder. That is going to do it. Which means Team Making Music with a win. Let's go to our team totals right there on the winning side of things. Sidewinder and Captain Uno, Team Making Music, in good shape right there. And official results from that last race coming in, and 5 laps for Sidewinder. King pulling up second with only 2 laps. Here in this preliminary round, getting set for your next heat to go. This will be Mr. Noise and Jim G. Aviator Radchoy as well. So Aviator and Rad Choi, Team Radiator. Mr. Noise and Jim G, Team ReadyMadeRC, our presenting partner of this 6th edition of FPV Fest. And on this one, they're going to be crisscross on the screen. Mr. Noise and Jim G, ReadyMadeRC. Aviator and Rad Choi, Team Radiator. Get set to grid up. Taking a look at our heats, you can see this is our final heat of that preliminary round, but the results of this heat will decide who matches who in our next round. Say good evening to Double A, checking things out on YouTube. Hey, buddy. "21 pilots." Yep. Realize is with us. Drone racing late at night. It's 11:45 p.m. local. Sure, we're going to see some people from Australia checking in, watching our live stream. Two teams to work here in our first round. The blue team leading so far, Fender and Doodless. The only team that's gotten a first and second so far in this preliminary round. One more team to go here. Anthony Capuno cheering on Jim G in this one. Say hello to Volatronics as well on YouTube. Yeah, he's a cheerleader. It's like that song. It's like that song. I can never remember the words of cheerleader. The only song that is in my head is she doesn't dance, no, go. She's a go. I don't even know. I don't even know. That was all right. It sounds like we're about to go green on this one. Remember Aviator and Rad Choi, Team Radiator, Mr. Noise and Jim G, Team ReadyMadeRC. This is our preliminary rounds. Looking for first and second as a team. Those that play together stay together. I think Rad Choi with some video issues here, not getting any video on his feed. What do you want to do? Power cycle it? You got some flicker. So we'll need all of our pilots ready right after this one. I'm going to hit some buttons and it'll tell me what our next matchups are because I have no idea. It's decided after this round with this Swiss tournament format. What's happening, Rad Choi? So if you have video on your goggle and not on the ground station, that's usually not a good sign. It's a little flaky. Goodness, what are we going to do? You're going to take off? You're going to try it? All right. We're going to do the try it method. Now, your partner is really not part of this program. Your teammate is trying to negotiate something else for you. What's up, Aviator? You all right? Your partner's going to try it. This negotiation going on right there. They're taking off. We're going to try it. Why not? He thinks it's going to be better when he takes off. He's your teammate. He thinks it's going to be good. Maybe he's on a secret channel. Maybe that's a strategy. You good? Here we go. Pilots, arm your quads. Live on the tone, lesson 5. Go. No idea why the sound didn't come through the computer. I'll have to test that a little bit later on. So Rad Choi on that secret channel, I guess? No. Not so much. Mr. Noise got the whole shot. Looks like him and Aviator crossing the line at the exact same time where you're seeing visual stereo. Look at this. It's Mr. Noise just ahead now. Just ahead, Aviator. Aviator going to try to make the pass, but hit the top of the timing gate, trying to get by Mr. Noise. Those blue LEDs right in front of him. Team ReadyMadeRC versus Team Radiator. And now looks like issues for Aviator. Let's not count out Jim G, who just crashed into Lord knows what. He is out. Mr. Noise gets onto lap number 5. And Aviator is going to try and get back up in the air, but don't damage the quad. It's just a defense of 1. And so the win of this one is going to go to ReadyMadeRC. And let's retrieve some quads. So let's, yeah, everyone getting points and prizes, right? Official results up on the screen. Mr. Noise, 5 laps and 1:14. Aviator, 2 laps officially in 33 seconds. Jim G with a lap and 30. And so that means a first for ReadyMadeRC and a second for Team Radiator. And so team totals here after the first round as the refresh happens. Team Blue Team is in the lead with 2 points, the only team with a first and a second. And now we shuffle them all up for our next round. So first to work will be Drew Racer 32, Matter Day, King, and Good as Butter. You're up. On deck will be Blue Jay, Heisenberg, Aviator, and Rad Choi. In the hole, Mr. Noise, Jim G, Turbo Joe, and Drone Slinger. You haven't submitted the next one, right? While you're doing that, I'm going to try and figure out why the tone stopped working. We're going to create next round, bring it in, it'll be blank. Volatronics excited about Mr. Noise's win as well. So why did it work that time and not the last time? That makes no sense. Good as butter. Come on, internet. What are you doing to me? It's not the internet, it's my browser. Come on, browser. No. All right, round number 2. Pilots have been submitted. Now I hit about 19 buttons over here. 1, 5, 6, 8. Heisenberg, Blue Jay, Aviator, and Rad Choi, you're on deck. We need you to come on over for check-in. I wish my browser would read my mind here as I'm just messing with this thing. So Drew Racer 32 and Matter Day, Team Good team name, versus King and Good as Butter, Shake and Bake. So we start things off with a team, or a pair of teams here that weren't successful in the first round. Going to try and change their destiny here in round number 2. The Swiss format. We're getting some, was it Quiet Riot? Come on, hear the noise, girls, grab your boys. Volatronics in the YouTube chat. Everyone ready? Looking for first and second pilots. Good luck. Goggles down, thumbs up. Arm your quads. Live on the tone, lesson 5. Off to the races we go. It's going to be King and Matter Day, 1 and 2 through the gate. King, high side of that dive gate, split S. Drew Racer 32 right behind him. Remember, the pairing is Matter Day, Drew Racer 32, and King and Good as Butter. Top versus bottom on your screen. King, your leader after 1.4 seconds back. Drew Racer 32, and a second back behind him, Good as Butter. And Matter Day doing his thing as well, getting on that lead lap. Everyone chasing King, coming under the trees here on lap number 2. About to go into lap number 3. Lap 2 is 17 and 8. We lost Drew Racer 32. So this is a good situation here Good as butter sliding in the number 2 spot. So Team Shake and Bake running first and second here after 2.5 laps down. Matterday going to try and do some defense for Team Good Team name. And now King gets onto his final lap, lap number 5 with a 15.8 over at that split S to try and bring it home. Good as butter going to get onto that final lap as well. He gets on it. Here comes Matterday to try and make up a little ground, but it's going to be King with the win. Good as butter going to pull up second on this one, I believe, as he rounds it out. Comes up a little short, but that is still going to give them their 2 points. 2 points for Shake and Bake. The celebration here inside of the flight line for them. And taking a look at that finish right there. King and Good as Butter, 1 and 2 in that last one. That's going to give them a total of 2 points as well here in the second round. So that gives them 2 points. They're now tied with Fender and Doodless from the first round. As we get set for Blue Jay Heisenberg versus Aviator Radjoy next to work. Mr. Noise, Jim G, and Turbo Joe and Drone Slinger, you're on deck. In the hole, Schnur, Kyle Baumer, Sidewinder, and Captain Uno. Is this next one submitted? Eddie, is the next one submitted? Volatronics excited for King. Dave Connor as well. And Good as Bada. 9999 quant lose. Dave Connor cheering on CQS as well here tonight. Watch it on the YouTube. What happened? Oh, you know what happened? It's midnight, so my DVR is now doing a reboot. It does that every night at midnight. It's 2 minutes fast. And I lost the internet.
Why is this not charging? Hey, Marshall. Oh. I like it. It's a lot of work.
We lost the internet for a little bit. Yeah, lost a quad. 2 does not look good. No, it looks really shoddy. Oh, 2 is on race band 4 right now. Oh, no. Blue Jay's on. I'm seeing Blue Jay on race band 2 as well. Blue Jays on 4 and 2 on my screen. Oh, I just lost the internet again. What is going on with my internet? It's back. My internet is trying the best right now. It's been baller all weekend long. See if it's back. You're better now, but Rad Choi is not. I see a little bit of Rad Choi, but it's not good. Blue Jay is fine. What do you want me to do? Power test? Yeah, let's do an RF test of Rad Choi. Let's start with Rad Choi and then maybe Blue Jay. We were seeing Race Band 4 on channel 2. Now it could be an antenna issue on Race Band 4. Signal's fine. Power's fine. Oh, his pad was ripped off on his antenna. So it wasn't you, Blue Jay? It's all good. Rad Choi gonna swap out quads. I think we're good now. Let Chicken FPV asking when we started streaming just after 11 o'clock from about an hour ago. We're back. For some reason, my I have a slight technical issue over here after that reboot. Something messed up my equipment. So I need a moment. Do you guys need a moment? Oh, give me a moment. Uh-oh. I fixed my problem, I think. I fixed my problem. My problem's fixed. All right. You guys are ready? Blue Jay and Heisenberg. Team Chicklets. Aviator Rad Choi. Team Radiator. Here we go. Pilots, goggles down, thumbs up. Arm your quads. Live on the tone, lesson 5. What an exciting night with the DVR reboot. The hotspot going up and down seems to be good right now. And here we are in our second round of 4. Aviator, your leader after 1. Blue Jay and Heisenberg crossing over right behind him. And Rad Choi going to get onto that lead lap as well. So Team Radiator leading with 1 pilot. Team Chinklets running second right now for some defense, maybe some offense. 3.6 seconds back after 2. Everyone working on lap number 3. Started with 4. We still got 4. Aviator versus Blue Jay here for the team win. Blue Jay a little loosey-goosey. Aviator now with a bunch of breathing room. And Blue Jay just bit a tree off to the far left. So now it's going to come up to Heisenberg to try and, oh no, we lost Heisenberg has now got a lot of pressure on him. Try and get some points on here as Aviator now going to cross over onto lap number 5 as we look to Rad Choi getting onto lap number 5 as well. Here in the second round, we're seeing Heisenberg now 1.9 seconds back for defense. Aviator gets a win, but now it's between Heisenberg and Rad Choi, and Heisenberg just crashed out. So Team Radiator going to grab their 2 points that eluded them in the first round. They got to be excited about that. And we make it official right there. Aviator and Rad Choi first and second in that one to give Team Radiator the win of that matchup right there. Congratulations. One to bring it in, trying to keep that step count down. I totally understand it. There's the results. 5 laps in 91 seconds for Aviator. Rad Choi with 5 laps, 1:46. 4 official laps for Eisenberg. Getting up, talking about the blur. We give them the 2 points. We'll refresh our team totals. Now they will sit with a win, a loss, and 2 points as well. Up next, Mr. Noise and Jim G. Team ReadyMadeRC versus Turbo Joe and Drone Slinger, Team Turbo. After them will be Sure, Kyle Balmer, Sidewinder, and Captain Uno. You're on deck, yeah. You're not this one. You scanned in, so we have your channels in advance. Yeah, you're good. You're waiting. You're air quote spotting. Lead Chicken said they came on a little earlier on trying to look for the live stream. Yeah, you haven't missed much. We started at 11. We did qualifying starting at 9. We waited for it to get dark tonight before we started our qualifying with our 21 pilots. Fastest 3 consecutive, 3 packs on the track. And we've seeded our teams 1st and 20th, 2nd and 19th, 3rd and 18th, 4th and 17th, 5th and 16th, 6th and 15th, 7th and 14th, 8th and 13th, 9th and 12th. And Team Radiator, 10th and 11th, middle of the ground, and you just saw them in that last race get 1st and 2nd for 2 points. And looking at our team totals right now, they are in there like swimwear right now, tied for the lead. But we still have the blue team, Fender and Doodlist, to come here in just a few. They got 2 points from the first round to try and take the lead here as well. We're at race number 8. Mr. Noise and Jim G, ReadyMadeRC. Drone Slinger and Turbo Joe, Team Turbo.
How do you win this?
How do you win? You got to get 1st and 2nd, 1st and 2nd. Soon. I know, but I have a lot of stuff going on. Got full video. Everybody ready? Mr. Noise and Jim G, Team ReadyMadeRC on the right-hand side of your screen. And Team Turbo on the left with Drone Slinger and Turbo Joe. Good luck, pilots. Goggles down, thumbs up. Arm your quads. Live on the tone, lesson 5. Question came in from one of our pilots saying, hey, how do you win this thing? You want to be first and second in your 4 rounds on the track. And so far, only a handful of teams with a first and a second. On board with Mr. Noise. He's just killing it right now. Your leader, 17.9. Turbo Joe was running second, had some issues, but still holding strong in second. 7.3 seconds back off of our leader, Jim G, running third for Team ReadyMadeRC. 5 seconds back from second for that 1-2 spot. And Drone Slinger trying to line things up a little bit here on that opening lap. Getting a little loosey-goosey with the, oh no, we just lost Drone Slinger in that tiny whoop. Mr. Noise on to lap number 4. Turbo Joe now 6 seconds back on to lap 4, 2 to go. And Jim G lining up on the gate as well, trying to get those points in. Mr. Noise on to lap number 5. Turbo Joe now 6 seconds back. He's made up 0.8 of a second, but it's a win for ReadyMadeRC. Mr. Noise getting across the line first, but we still need to finish our race, and Turbo Joe will do that as well, so he will pull up second. So only 1 point in this round for Team ReadyMadeRC. And we round things out. Jim G with officially 3. Drone Slinger we lost on the opening lap. And that one is in the books. Let's take a look at the heat results up on the screen, powered by a lifetime scoring. There's Mr. Noise, 5 laps, a minute 11. Turbo Joe, 5.2 seconds back in third. That opening lap having some issues, trying to recover, just about did. He made up the 7.6 seconds down to 5 seconds, so he made about 2.5 seconds up during it, but needed a couple more laps there to catch Mr. Noise and Team ReadyMadeRC. So now that's going to move them, I believe, into the number 5 spot. No, it's going to put them tied for first. They have 2 wins, but 2 singles. Up next is Schnurr and Kyle Bomber, Sidewinder and Captain Uno. On deck, Fender and Doodless, K-Mead and Slowy on deck. Starting to grid up here. Sidewinder and Captain Uno, team making music. Along with Schnurr and Cal Bomber, team Schnurr Bomber. So these teams each got a win in the first round, but they only got a first, no seconds. All right, here we go, pilots. Let's see your goggles down. No need for thumbs. Arm your quads. Live on the tone, lesson 5. Sidewinder and Schnurr, 1 and 2 through the gate. Then Kyle Bomber and Captain Uno. Everyone underway. I heard a ringer dinger. And it looks like Sidewinder now going to try and get back up out of the grass. Watching lap traffic get by him. It's all about Schnurr, FPV, your leader here, coming from our left to right through our start-finish gate with a 20.1. And Captain Uno across the line in the number 2 spot. Then Sidewinder, Kyle Bomber, all working on lap number 2 as your leader. Schnurr, FPV, now working on lap number 3 at a 13.2. But he just bit into the tree. There's that YouTube channel again. And oh no, that pipe. The pipe of one of the gates. Tough break here for your leader. Which means could be great news here for El Captain Uno. He just got past though. Sidewinder FPV, I believe, getting right by him. So it'll be Sidewinder, then Captain Uno. Now Sidewinder onto lap number 4. And El Captain Uno getting onto lap number 4 as well. Running the number 2 spot. So Team Making Music running 1 and 2. And that's going to change things up a little bit with the 2 points going to be going their way here when they finish this one up. And there's 5 laps in the session for Sidewinder. 5 laps, a minute 54. That's first. And here comes second. Across the line we go with El Captain Uno finishing up the number 2 spot in that one. And so Team Making Music going to get 2 championship points on that matchup there over Schneerbomber. Official times now. Let's take a look at the team totals. So 2 points on top of their 1. That means Team Making Music here sitting in the number 1 spot with a total of 3 points. With just one more team to go here in our first round, and that'll be our second round rather. Fender and Doodless, the blue team, along with K Mead and Slowy Shock Collars. They're not on the what? Crew, we need the double gate fixed. The tower. Yeah, tower needs we need a little bit of a fix out there. Course repair underway. Bolatronics on YouTube saying, Sidewinder reminds me of Zorro's Scrambler like flying. He's just going full send. Say hello to Blue as well, watching on YouTube, the FPV Yaw Authority. Authorizing the 2019 FPV Fest by ReadyMadeRC. So looking at our team totals here, in this one we have K-Mead and Slowy who've got 1 win, 1 point, and Fender and Doodless that have 1 win, 2 points. If they win this one, they're tied for first. If they get first and second, they will take the lead into round number 3. Once again, taking a look at the creativity of our teams. There's your team names. Eighth and 13th in qualifying right now with the target on their back to pull up first and second. Slowy and K-Mead, if they get first and second, they will move to the tie for the lead. Because that would give them 3 points on the 2 wins. Course repair underway. Trying to stand back up that elevated gate. Something got unplugged, and could be a few moments here as they slide the gate back up to where it was and tie it down as well in the dark. Big shout out to our team from ReadyMadeRC here, our hosts for FPV Fest here for the 6th year consecutively. This year for the first time held in Malvern, Ohio at the Edgewater Airpark. In Minerva? It's a small town. I'd never heard of it before either, so it'd be like one of those things. Have you been to Minerva? It's, yeah, Malvern's the other place, right? Yeah, this is Minerva. It's a historic Minerva, guys. I don't know if you know this, since 1883. And that sign is from a house from 1882. I don't know if you saw it. George Washington, what? He built this house? Oh, he built this city. He built this city on rock and roll. Thank you, George Washington. While we're still working on this course repair, we're going to bring in our commentator.
Marshall's back.
Our co-commentator. Over here, buddy. The camera's over here. Look, there you go.
Wait. Sorry for walking away from the camera.
It's all right. So, you keep walking away from the camera, though. You can't be a commentator and not be on camera. So I know what you're thinking. That kid's a little young to be up this late, but he has been up late almost every single night, and he has now reversed his day. Like his daddy, he slept till noon. So right now his clock is completely reversed. Don't tell his mom, who's probably sleeping right now. Course repair was almost complete. We're going back out for another course repair. What's a little tough is they go back out on the course and you don't see where they're going or what they're doing. They're trying to fix something. Into the darkness they go. I see a little bit of, see something moving. Oh, one of our gates. Gate number 2 after the start finish gate had come unplugged. It is now lit back up. So I think we're good, pilots. You want to line back up here in the flight line. Yeah. Here we are. Tim Stanfield. Tan Starfield making it happen with that course repair of the entire team. So we're ready to pick things up where we left off. It's Doodless and Fender, the blue team, versus Slowy and K-Mead, the shot callers. They each have wins, but we got 2 points so far with Doodless and Fender. Doodless and Fender will be at the top of the screen. Slowy and K-Mead on the bottom. All the entertainment. All the entertainment. Go ahead. Go ahead. Sidewinder.
Let's get some likes for Sidewinder.
Yeah, he needs some lights. That's right. We're getting serious here in the flight line. Pilots powered up, ready to go. Lead Chicken FPV says, this is not okay. I got full video. The blue team are on the top. The shot callers on the bottom. A matchup of the champions here in round number 2. Pilots, everybody good? Arm your quads. Live on the tone, lesson 5.
Pilots,
off to the races we go. K-Mead, Doodless, Fender, and Slowy. Your running order here on the top. K-Mead, your top qualifier, was in the 10s and the 9s in qualifying. come in with his partner, Slowy, at 17.6 to start things off here on lap number 1. There goes Doodless. And Fender looks like he's got some issues and some moisture on his camera as he tries to line things up. K-Me now on lap number 3. Fender trying to fly through the pain. Doodless holding it strong here for the blue team. So we are 1 and 2. Shot callers over the blue team. Blue team is 2nd and 3rd at the moment. Slowly getting on to lap number 2 for K-Me to help him out. Fender now crashing out, going to try and get back up in the air. Doodless onto that lead lap, 9 seconds back off of K-Mead. K-Mead coming out of the trees, about to go into the final lap. White flag flying now, an 18-2 for K-Mead. And Doodless going to keep, oh no, Doodless hitting a tree and missing a gate. And, well, he missed one gate and flew into another, so that's going to give the win here to K-Mead. That's a big win for K-Mead and Team Shock Collars. Fender going to round things out here, but with the NASCAR rule, Doodless actually pulled up to 2nd place on that one, so it'll just be 1 point for the Shock Collars, and round 2 is in the books, rather. So results coming in here in just a moment. Next heats are ready. May have to refresh, Eddie. It'll be Fender and Doodless versus Aviator and Rat Joy up next. They just raced. So we'll get Fender and Doodless reset. Aviator Rat Joy versus Fender and Doodless first to go. On deck will be Mr. Noise and Jim G. King and Good as Butter. In the hole will be Sidewinder, Captain Uno, K-Mead, and Slowy in the hole. Fender, Doodless, Aviator, and Rat Joy will start us off. Let's take a look at the results there from the last race. K-Mead, 5 laps, a minute 24 in there, a 14-second lap time. Just flying smooth when it matters. And now after 2 rounds, Team Making Music now your leaders with 3 points. Then we got a huge tie for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. Sure, and Cow Bomber really need to get it on here in this 3rd round. Meanwhile, Team Turbo, along with the Chicklets, and along with Team Good team name, they need to get on the board. Now, it still could happen. We're at the midway point. But Sidewinder and Captain Uno, Team Making Music now, your leaders after 2. Looks like we're under a quad retrieval. Lots of flashlights going on outside. This is the 6th edition of FPV Fest, presented by ReadyMadeRC. Brought to us in part by Flite Test. We're at their new home here at Edgewater Airpark, Malvern, Ohio. Historic Malvern since 1883. Along with Team Blacksheep, Real Serious Toys, ProfiCNC, along with Eagle Tree and Fat Shark RC Vision Systems bringing us this big event. This is night number 3 of FPV Fest. Got another big day tomorrow as well. Doing some fun flying during the morning. Here's how they line up here in that third round. Your first heat, the blue team and Team Radiator. It'll be ReadyMadeRC versus Shake and Bake. That'll be Team Making Music, our leaders, versus the Shock Collars. That'll be Team Turbo versus Schnurr Bomber. We'll round out round number 3 with good team name versus the Chicklets. Looks like we're about to go green.
You need to tell me the word down on the words. Pilots on your quad.
So they're crisscrossed on the screen. It's Rat Joy and Aviator comprising Team Radiator, Doodless and Fender, the blue team.
Goggles down, thumbs up. Arm your quads. Live until lesson 5.
Here we are, Marshall helping us out with the launch. Looks like Rat Joy needing some assistance on the launch as well. Ooh. We've been into a gate, but we're going to recover everything.
Matt, I'm cheering for you.
Everything's smooth right now. Run to the tree. Aviator, your leader after 1, then Fender.
What number is Matt?
He's number 5. He's running second. So our teams are first and second. Radiator over Blue Guys. Blue Guys in the blue team in the number 3 spot as well, second and third. We're only separated by 1.7 seconds between Aviator and Fender. On lap number 2, on to lap number 3 we go. Aviator under the tree, Fender right behind him. Keeping that pressure on. There's Aviator on to lap 4, 2 to go. Fender right behind him, 1.4 seconds. Keeping him in his sights until he does a yaw spin of death. And now Aviator breathing a little easier. And we're down to just Aviator and Rat Joy. Team Radiator. And here comes Aviator, making that last turn under the trees towards our checker gate. That one there, 5 laps, a minute 28. And Rat Joy sending it on lap number 3. And so I don't think there's any recovery from where we sit right there. So it'll be a first for Team Radiator, a second for the blue team. So it'll be a take of 1 for Team Radiator here in this first heat of the third round. Official results coming in on the screen. Aviator 5 laps, a minute 28. Fender 3 laps, 58 seconds. Rat Joy 2 laps and a minute 9 officially. And Doodless 1 lap in 25 and 7. So that shuffles up our team points a little bit. Looking for Team Radiator. And they will now move up with 3 points. 2 wins, a loss. Round number 2, I believe they got 2 points. So let's take a look. I think that shows us on the heat. Yeah, then round number 2, they got 2 points. So they're going to sit up there with 3. Starting here this third round, let's go back to our heats. Up next is going to be Mr. Noise and Jim G, Team ReadyMadeRC versus King and Good as Butter, Team Shake and Bake. On deck will be Sidewinder and Captain Uno, Team Making Music, versus K Mead and Slowy, the Shock Collars. And in the hole will be Team Turbo, Turbo Joe and Drone Slinger versus Schnurr and Kyle Bomber. Schnurrbomber, the team, who is in the hole. So we missed one pilot on check-in. I think it's Jim G we're missing, right? What channel's Jim G going on? What channel? Your right hand? Race band 2. 2. Yep, change right now because you're up right now. Race band 2. Just making a couple channel changes out.
It is raining like bad right now.
It's raining right now?
Yeah, literally. I
No.
have some on my head.
It's just
On
dew
the
coming
phone,
off the tent. You're okay.
everywhere. No, it's not. It's
You are a
actually
terrible weathercaster.
rain. No, it's not.
Yeah.
I'm not. Believe it or not.
Okay. It's raining dew in the tent. You see everyone else standing outside. It's
Raining
okay.
badly, that's for sure.
It's not.
I can feel a lot of drips on my head right now.
My dew is leaking, Scotty Dew says. I feel your pain. So Team ReadyMadeRC versus
Joseph
Shake and
Scully,
Bake.
what do you have to say for this rain?
I told you it's not rain.
It is. It is raining badly.
So Mr. Noise and Jim G right now sitting in that long tie for second with 2 points so far, here to answer in this third round. King and Good as Butter sitting tied with them right now. 2 points as well. Getting 2 points when it mattered. In round number 2 as well. Round number 2 was a good one here for a bunch of these teams. We've matched up here using the Swiss tournament style. Looks like we are about to go green. Mr. Noise and Jim G, team ReadyMadeRC along the top of our screen. On the bottom of your screen, King and Good as Butter, team Shake and Bake. They're tied in points. Let's go green here in round number 3. Oh, stand by. All right. There's a lot of darkness out there. Still have a pilot on the flight line or on the takeoff zone. Doing the old last minute channel change. He should be on race 4, but I don't have video on race 4. You might be on race 5/7. Now you're on race band 7. You're on 7. Do you want to be on 7? I could put you on 7. Want to be on 4? Okay. If you guys want to follow along at home, this is what we're looking at right now. Mr. Noise wants to go on 4. He's on 7. You're still on 7, bud. We see it here, and everyone at home sees you as well. Double A giving a shout out to Captain Uno as well.
This poor weather.
I love this weather.
It is currently very rainy.
Yes.
That is bad.
I don't know what kind of VTX this is, but it's very polite. What's your wanted channel? There you are. You're on race band 4 now. If you want to be on, what channel do you want to be on? 4, yeah. I was just answering the questions on your screen. Now you're on race band 4. Well, it's just like that Boys to Men song. It starts back at 1. You know what I mean? Goes back to 4. Not a Boys to Men fan, huh? We got full video. We got everyone on what we wanted on. We're about to go green. Remember, they're tied in points. 2 points if you're first and second as a team. Those that win together stay together. Good luck, pilots. Goggles down, thumbs up. Pilots, arm your quads. Live on the tone, lesson 5. Was on board with Jim G there. He's watching the field go by. Now he's coming up on some lap traffic. He's got a heck of a race going on here. His second ever race. A welcome member to our racing community. Mr. Noise coming into the tree, second in traffic, right behind King, your leader after 1 by 0.5 of a second. So this is a battle for first, second, third, and fourth. Starting with 4, still with 4, seeing all kinds of chase cam on our screen. And it's going to be King and Mr. Noise once again, 0.5 of a second apart. Low side of the tower now, Mr. Noise just ahead of King, making that pass between the split S and King, succumbing to the pressure, now trying to recover. Mr. Noise with a mistake as well, as they're going to try and keep this pressure on. On to lap 4 we go with Mr. Noise, then King, 1.8 seconds apart. Good as butter running third, Jim G running fourth, again starting with 4 and hopefully ending with 4. Under that tree we go, and it is going to be Mr. Noise just ahead of King. And I think we had a midair at the gate of some sort. We lost King. And that one is going to come down to a TVR review. Not sure what happened with King. He tripped the timing sensor. I have him just ahead of Mr. Noise. Not sure, but we're going to finish up this. We're going to finish it up here, and then we'll do a DVR review. While we do the retrieval, let's take a little look-see. We're on board with King here, who had a crash at the very end, right before the start-finish gate. On this next lap. Let's watch this last lap. Oh, he just hit a gate. He said, what happened? You crashed.
Oh, is that one of the yellow ones?
Yeah, he hit one of the yellow ones. You want to see it in slow motion?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right, let's see if we can do it. Question is, which one of these gates was it? This one. Here we're. Yeah, see, that's the start-finish gate right there. He hit this so hard.
So hard that what?
So hard, and then goes in this crazy yaw spin of death into the grass right there. So The win is going to go to ReadyMadeRC. Mr. Noise going to pull it out.
Good job.
And that means King going to pull up second. Good as Butter third. Jim G fourth. So it'll be one more point going to ReadyMadeRC on a nail biter. So Mr. Noise with that win. Let's do that first. Let's do this second and take a look at results from the last heat as they are populated over there. Boom. Mr. Noise, official time, 5 laps, 1:17. Then you got King in second, Good as Butter third, Jim G in fourth in that last heat. That's now going to take ReadyMadeRC up with a total. Where do they go? To the number 1 spot. Tied for number 1 with 3 points here in round number 3, but still a lot of teams that can answer here in this next heat. As we get set for your next grouping, it'll be Sidewinder, Captain Uno, K-Meat, and Slowy. You're up. Turbo Joe, Drone Slinger, Schnurr, and Kyle Bomber on deck. Drew Racer 32, Matter Day, Blue Jay, and Heisenberg in the hole. Marshall, what drones did you fly today?
Tallow and Fat Shark, I'm pretty sure. And a...
Tiny Whoop.
Small hoop.
Yes. An alien whoop. An alien whoop.
The best one, I was best with the whoop, at least, I guess.
The whoop? Yeah, you definitely flew that more. The Tello was good, except it works on Wi-Fi.
And it's really bad sometimes. In fact, in the gaggle this morning, it barely moved.
And well, the problem was, what was it saying on the screen? Do you remember?
I think it might have been like too far or something.
Yeah, there was too much RF in the air that it wasn't able to communicate. There's just too much 5.8 because that's what the drones fly on. You're picking your nose on the camera. What are you doing? Come on, man. You can't do that. El Capitan Uno, along with Sidewinder FPV. They are team making music, and they were your leaders going into this round. 3 points. They can get another 2. If they get first and second, they remain your leaders. Slowy and K-Mead trying to get it done here in this round. I believe they only got 2 points. Yeah, 2 points so far with 2 wins. But they can change their destiny. If they get first and second, they would go into the lead with a total of 4 points. Let's go green. It is the Shock Callers versus Team Making Music. Pilots, arm your quads. Live on the tone,
and
lesson 5. All 4 are underway. K-Mead just getting in front of Sidewinder, making that pass at the about 3-quarter mark. They're only separated by a 1/10 here after 1. Sidewinder keeping K-Mead within his sights right here. You see just half a gate difference. Maybe going to make a pass right before a start-finish gate. Crossing through, just 3/10 of a second apart there between the two of them. On to lap number 3. And it's Sidewinder just ahead of K-Mead here onto lap number 4 with 2 to go. But as you can see in K-Mead's feed, he had Sidewinder in his sights, and K-Mead hit the ground, and now Sidewinder going on to lap number 5. Lots of breathing room. K-Mead going to try and catch up to him. 5.7 seconds back here on this final lap. And Sidewinder going to take this one in a big way. 5 laps in 68 seconds. And K-Mead with a whole bunch of issues right there. He's going to crash out. Oh, he's back up. He needs to finish because Captain Uno just got onto that lead lap, and wow, it could have been a point, 2 points for Team Making Music, but it'll only be 1. K-Mead pulling up second officially when it's all said and done right there. Big finish. Official finish, Sidewinder 5 laps 68 seconds, K-Mead 5 laps in 86. And El Capitan Uno pulling up third, Slowy in fourth. So 1 point in this one going to Team Making Music. And that will change things a little bit here on our leaderboard. That puts Sidewinder and Team and Captain Uno in the #1 spot. With that 1 point, gives them a total of 4. Going into that final round, they could have had a bunch of points. Up next is Turbo Joe and Drone Slinger, Team Turbo, on with Schnur and Kyle Bomber, Team Schnur Bomber. On deck will be Drew Racer 32 and Matterday, Team Good Team Name, and Blue Jay and Heisenberg. The Chicklets. So we could have a tie situation, I believe, mathematically going into this final round. So let's do some quick math here on the fly. Turbo Joe and Drone Slinger looking to get on the board. Schnur and Kyle Bomber with 1 point. Drew Racer 32 and Matterday looking to get on the board. Blue Jay and Heisenberg looking to get on the board. So yeah, Team Making Music will be your leaders going into that final round, but anything could happen. We may have a tie, which would result in a tiebreaker. More racing, bonus racing on a Saturday night. The 2019 FPV Fest by ReadyMadeRC. Could happen. But Sidewinder and Captain Uno in pretty good shape. That 1 point lead. All right, pilots, goggles down, thumbs up. Arm your quads. Live on the tone in less than 5. So remember, Turbo Joe and Drone Slinger are a team together. They're Team Turbo on the left-hand side of the screen. Schnur and Kyle Bomber on the right-hand side. Schnur Bomber. And Schnur Bomber, the team together, crashing separately on the course, but it's crashes all around. Drone Slinger going to try and get up, because this may come down to a measuring contest. Turbo Joe onto lap number 3. Everyone else crashed out on lap number 1. The old DVR review for second place underway. Turbo Joe now just pounding those laps down, having some fun on the track on lap number 4. 1 more to go if he wants it. It's a victory lap here for Team Turbo. And across the line we go. 5 laps in 79 seconds. And DVR review / measuring contest to see who went the furthest on that one. 2367 on the DVR review. All right, I'm going to need some assistance here. All right, DVR review is live. So we're looking at Sure FPV in the top right. The drone slinger is going to pop up here in the top left. Let's get rid of Turbo Joe because he's good. It'll be Kyle Bomber in the bottom left here. So the question is, who goes the furthest? So already I think Sure FPV is out. Nope, he's back in. He's lost. Kyle Bomber's lost. And Drone Slinger's lost. So let's take this apart one at a time and figure out who goes where. Okay. So everyone has gone through the start finish gate. All right. So it looks like Schnur has made it to the top of the tower.
Yes. And then he hits there.
Hits the top of the tower. Doesn't go through it, but neither does Kyle Bomber, right?
Yeah, they're in the same spot.
They're in the same spot. And so that leaves Drone Slinger, who doesn't make it to the top of the tower. So,
Oh, man. This is about the foot.
so let's remove this. Let's try and figure this out here. All right. So, on the left is Schnur, on the right is Kyle Bomber. So, interesting here is you can see where Schnur is in Kyle Bomber's FPV feed. So, Kyle Bomber hits the side of the gate, right?
The other guy I don't think ever hit the gate at all.
Yeah, but then he hit the tree, and then you're going to see it now.
3 other things. It's good. Because Kyle made contact with the gate.
All right, one more time. Let's.
Boom. And down.
This is a tough
The
one.
tree.
They're both in the tree. No, they're not on the same team. This is to decide the second place. All right. Oh, we need a pull? We're in a tree?
He's in the tree for sure.
We're definitely in a tree. We got a retriever pull, guys? Got a quad in a tree. So,
So who do you think should get that?
I think Kyle, because Kyle got closer to the hole of the gate because he actually hit the gate. Whereas the other guy went over.
yeah, we need to retrieve a quad. All right, let's watch it back in one last time. This will be in real time. Remember, it's gnarly. We're looking to the top of the elevated tower.
Yeah, you can see it in his camera.
Yeah, he doesn't. He goes way over it. Kyle gets closer.
Yeah, Kyle got it.
Kyle and her?
Yeah.
Aren't they on the same team?
No,
No, they're two separate.
they're not. Two different teams. We're going to give it to Kyle.
Kyle got it.
Control F7, right? All right, so we'll give it to Kyle, which means it'll be 1 point to Team Turbo. They get 1 point for their efforts. Oh, wait. You guys are right. They were on the same team. They were. Well, that was just for fun, guys. That was just for fun. Hey, Okay.
Say she forgot. Like, are we supposed to be flying?
Do we switch teams?
You're like, they're not on the same team. I'm like, well, I'm on this team. These guys.
Dang.
Where was Chad at, right? Chad didn't say a word, did they?
No, I don't know if they did. They're got a whole lot of yaw authority going on. We got Pringles going on. Nice heat. We're trying to get a quad out of the tree. That DVR review is for entertainment purposes only. Yeah, that's what we're doing, guys. Because we wanted to give the official win to somebody, right? That's really what we were trying to do. And so, official second goes to Kyle Bomber. We'll give him the official second. But Turbo Joe with that win, 5 laps, a minute 70, or a minute 19, 79 seconds. And after the quad retrieval, we'll be going with Drew Racer 32, Blue Jay, Matter Day, and Heiserberg. The old quad retrieval. Shay's watching as well, cheering on Heisenberg here in this next heat. It'll be Drew Racer 32 and Matter Day of good team name versus Blue Jay and Heisenberg of Chicklets. Trying to get on the board. You can see where we're at here. Looks like race number 15. So 6 races to go. And everyone chasing Team Making Music. Sidewinder and Captain Uno with a 1-point advantage. 4 points. 3 wins. Over Mr. Noise and Jim G, ReadyMadeRC, who got 3 wins as well, but just 3 points, a point every time. Blue Jay is cheering on Heisenberg as well, in-house and in the chat. I like your style. How'd it work out? There is a quad in hand, so retrieval is positive. And a really awesome DVR review for fun. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I enjoyed doing that. I'm all stressed out. I'm like, I got to figure this out. No, I don't. I think 3 people said they're on the same team. I'm like, no, they're not. Don't tell me that. We call that denial. Shout out to the boys in the truck here bringing us our live stream. Camera switching and stats. Doing a great job behind the scenes. Jake Allison is on Team Scully. Yeah, you had to burn time while the retrieval was happening. Yep. Here we go. Everyone's excited for this one. Heisenberg and Blue Jay on the right-hand side of your screen, the Chicklets. True Racer 32 and Matter Day on the left-hand side of your screen. Good team name. These teams are tied. That tie will be broken here in race number 15. One of these two teams going to get their first win of the tournament, that Swiss tournament. So many good things come from Switzerland. This tournament format, Toblerones, skiing, Gab 707. So many great things from Switzerland. I got crystal clear over here in Matter Day. Not on the goggle. Can you test the cable on another? Oh, you think it's your goggles? Hey, we need to borrow some goggles, somebody. We need to borrow some goggles. If you want to try a scout, where is scout at? I mean, I don't really want to twist your arm if you want, but you should try the scout. These are great. This is an affordable entry-level goggle from our friends at
Are those the ones
Thatcher.
that I use?
Yeah, these are yours.
Then why is somebody else using them?
This is, well, we're going to, if you wanted to borrow it, you could borrow it.
No, I don't want them to.
Okay.
They're special.
It is
They're my
special.
special ones.
It has diversity built right in.
They're minis, so I want
It is
them.
mini.
I don't want anybody else to use them.
It has a
I already had
directional
somebody use them
patch
today.
antenna built right inside there.
I
An
already had somebody
Omni,
use them today, and I don't want anybody else to.
an Omni with an LED,
They're specials.
DVR, and much more. But I guess that sales pitch comes a little bit too late. He's borrowing
I
someone
recorded
else's
some
goggles.
good videos with those.
All right, let's
Very
go.
good videos.
Yeah, you did. All right, pilots, arm your quads. Live on the tone.
Toad in lesson 5.
Lesson 5. In the chat, they're correcting me that Gab is Canadian. No, he lives in Canada. He's originally from Switzerland. Lives now in Vancouver, Canada. Good friend of mine. Drew Racer 32, your leader, just been on the gas and going super fast. Opening up with a 22-3. And we lost Blue Jay first, I believe. Matter Day now watching Drew Racer 32 blow by. And Heisenberg gets knocked down and back up again. To try and defend, but Drew Racer number 32, Drew Racer 32 is on lap number 3, but he's got some issues, and he corrects things up a little bit. Heisenberg wrapping up his first lap here.
Drew Racer is Gucci.
2 laps back, but anything could happen. Drew Racer 32 with the blue LEDs, Heisenberg with the green. And Matter Day gets back up. Playing a little defense. Heisenberg goes on to lap number 3. Watching Matter Day now. Drew Racer is going to get the win. 5 laps, a minute 28. Good team name, getting 1 point in this. And Heisenberg going to pull up second. NASCAR rule in play. When the leader goes on their last lap, everyone crosses onto their last lap. So it'll be Drew Racer 32, then Heisenberg, then Matter Day 1, 2, 3. Blue Jay in 4th. Don't damage your quads. That was a tough one. But it'll be a point of 1 to good team name. And that'll do it for round number 3. And we'll get set to grid up our final races for all of our teams here in round number 4. First, to look at our official results from that last one. As you know, Drew Racer 32 with the win, 5 laps, a minute 28. Heisenberg with 3 laps in the session. Matter Day with 2, and we lost Blue Jay on the opening lap. And now getting set for round number 4. First to work will be Team Radiator and Shock Collars. You guys are up first. On deck will be the blue team versus Shake and Bake. In the hole will be Chicklets versus Schnurr Bomber. First 3 teams to work as we look at our leaderboard here after 3 rounds of competition. Your leaders are Team Making Music. 3 wins, but 4 points. Second is Team ReadyMadeRC, 3 wins, 3 points. And third right now is Team Radiator. 2 wins, 1 loss, but 3 points in their session. They'll come into this final round. Marshall says he wants to read some comments, so go ahead, bud. You read the comments. You go ahead.
No, I'm gonna say what people should say in the comments. You're
No,
gonna read them.
you read the comments.
You're reading the comments.
Just start from like right there.
Why?
Why not? You're going to read some comments. Go ahead.
You should read the comments, and I'll say what the viewers should say. You read the comments, and I should say what the viewers say.
Okay. I guess we will do that. Why not?
Yeah. You read the comments, and I will say things.
Getting our next teams ready. Hit refresh. Should be Aviator, Ratjoy, K-Meat and Slowy, then Fender and Daedalus, King and Good as Butter, then Blue Jay, Heisenberg, Schnurr, and Kyle Bomber. Over to the comments. Matt Raymond says, that track is a lot of fun. Jake Allison says, Gab is Canadian. Smiley face. The FPV.
It's actually Gabe is Canadian.
Well, no, it's actually Gab707. Gabriel is his name. So I guess you're kind of right. Gabe. Gabriel.
Get wrecked.
FPV Yaw Authority says, y'all illuminated racing is awesome. We agree. And Shay says, nice job, Scott.
Can
Yeah,
we
you
get
did
some
good.
hashtag Marshall's the best?
We need 2 quads to be found. If we can get some volunteers with flashlights. We have 5 races to go.
I want to see some hashtag Marshall's best.
You want to see hashtag Marshall is the best in the chat?
Yes, I do.
All
Very
right,
much.
Here we are. Drone Slinger does it.
Thank you, Drone Slinger. Shout out to Drone Slinger.
You know he's racing here, right? Under a quad retrieval. There's Drone Slinger there. He's the guy who just did hashtag Marshall is the best. You know it's
Shout out
getting
to you,
late.
Drone Slinger.
You know it's getting late in Malvern, Ohio, when they say good morning from Slovenia. It's 7 a.m. there. It is 1:14 a.m. here. And if you're just joining us, good morning in Slovenia. We have 5 races to go. We're going to go into round number 4. It is a team racing format. We're under a quad retrieval right now.
Who agrees with me on this? Marshall is the best drone racer.
Yeah, you're doing good.
Somebody says hashtag Marshall. Read that. I don't know what it says.
Well, he says Marshall de Bess is what he said.
Sorry, I don't know what the best means, so if you could clear that out. The FPV Yaw Authority.
Hey, you said it right.
So can you just say what that means? 'Cause I have no clue what the best means.
That's right. Once again, taking a look at our team leaderboard, where everyone is. Again, chasing Sidewinder and Captain Uno team making music. They have 4 points. And the way the points work, if you're first and second, you get 2 points. If you're only first, you get 1.
Skur, big shout out to you.
We're going to see some of these teams matched up here at the end. the top of our leaderboard. This is a Swiss tournament style, popular in chess, frisbee golf.
I'm gonna go get Matterday goggles. His goggles died.
Okay. Esports. And much more. It's like a round robin without eliminations and without all the additional rounds. We seed the first round and we continually seed based on their points. We're going to start here in round number 6 with Aviator Radchoi, K-Meat and Slowy. Aviator Radchoi right now in the number 3 spot with 3 points. K-Meat and Slowy are in the number 4 spot with 2 points. 2 wins, 2 single wins. And our top 2 teams are going to be last to work.
Go ahead and shower.
Going this round, Sidewinder, Captain Uno, the music team making music, have a 1-point lead over Team ReadyMadeRC in second, Mr. Noise and Jim G. So your final race is seeded to run with your top 2 here after 3 rounds into our 4th and final. We're at race number 16, 5 races
Then
to
go to
go.
McDonald's. McDonald's is the best. Big shout out to you, Skur.
Schnur.
I pronounce it Skur.
Okay. I see what you're doing there.
I can't say things right, apparently.
I don't know what all these fingerprints are from on my screen. Are you like using your finger to try and read these weird names? Is that what you're doing?
Nope. I'm good enough without my finger.
Okay.
I can read just fine.
Okay. I believe you. I believe you.
I can read better than Sloan.
Okay.
That's for sure.
Not the band, his cousin. His cousin Sloan.
A lot of
Huh?
people don't know who Sloan is.
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of you don't know who Sloan is. She's somebody, just know that.
Just know that. All right. Just know
It's
that.
not a person that's here, just know that.
Team Radiator versus the Shock Collars. The Shock Collars, if they get first and second, they could tie for the lead, but might be for a podium finish, maybe to push another round. Not sure how this is going to play out. Looks like our pilots are about set. And here we go. Pilots, arm your quads. Live on the tone in less than 5. Stand by, stand by, stand by. Bring it back. I get to use the false start button. What happened there? Low voltage. All right. They're talking in the chat about these gates, reminding them of McDonald's. Yeah, a little bit. A little bit like Raunchy Don's.
What gates?
The LED gates they've been flying through for the last 3 days.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that does make a lot of sense.
Yes.
Yellow, McDonald's.
Did you know that,
A lot of sense.
what's the town again? It's Minerva, right? Minerva, Ohio. You know how big Minerva is?
I don't even know what Minerva is.
There's a town down the road. They have a McDonald's there.
Say it again.
They have a McDonald's in the road, right down the road.
Don't know. Clue what that is.
Getting on my Nerva is what, yeah, that's a good way to remember it. You're getting on my Nerva.
What's that wrong way FPV?
That's right. Sorry, eh? Low voltage. We got voltage now? High voltage.
I would hate to see one of the shock collars lose as well, Spudnik. The shock collars are the best. The perfect name for them.
That is a good name for them. That's right. Here we go. Arm your quads. Live on the tone, lesson 5. Aviator,
That is
K-Mead,
correct,
Rat Choi, then
Master
Slowy. 1, 2,
I-
3, 4 through the gate.
That is correct, Master O. What? I'm sorry, but I can't pronounce your name.
We're down Slowy. Aviator with an 18.7, K-Mead with a 24.1 in the number 2 spot, 5 seconds back. Then Rat Choi in third, 2.1 seconds out of second. Aviator trying to keep K-Mead back, and K-Mead is now cutting the lawn here on the golf course at Edgewater Airpark. So it's down to, might be down to just 2. K-Mead may come back from this. He's in a tree. Hey, there we are. Cut some grass, cut some branches. K-Mead now works for Edgewater Airpark. That means he saves 10% up at the front. Very nice. You guys want a hamburger tomorrow, K-Mead will hook you up. He's got that Edgewater Airpark discount. We're separated by a lap. Aviator on lap 5, Rat Choi on lap 4, K-Mead on lap 3. And Team Radiator going to pull up 1 point on this one. And that was not good. That was not good. That was epic. That was epic.
The gates are really starving me. I might
So-
have to eat them.
That is going to give Rad Choi second, which means Radiator just pulled up first and second. 2 championship points going to them. Let's hit that button there. Whoop, wrong button. Let me turn that button this way. Let me go up to the other one. We're getting Kerpows in the chat for K-Mead's epic crash. There's a look at the finish.
Can we get some more hashtag Marshall the Best in the chat?
Next up will be Fender and Doodless, King and Good as Butter, Blue Jay Heisenberg, Schnur and Kyle Bomber on deck, Drew Racer 32, Matter Day, Turbo Joe, Drone Slinger in the hole. Let's take a look at the points. So Radiator just pulled up another 2 points right there. That right now puts them in the number 1 spot with 5 points. While we grid up our next one. I think everyone wants to see that K-Mead crash again. So let's see the tail of the tape. Relive the pain and the recovery. This is the recovery. This is almost the recovery. There we are, back on track.
Here's a response for you, KO, sir. The damage on Kmeed's quad is probably very big.
Yes, a lot of
the
damage.
Like the big damage.
Here comes a crash.
Of the
Here
chip
comes.
on my propeller on the tello that happened this morning.
Watch on the screen.
The FPV somebody, I still don't know what the best means. So if somebody could like tell me what that means, that'd be great. I'd give them a big shout out.
Boom. The DVR didn't even want to show it back. It was like, no, you don't want to see this. Is this one submitted? Okay, perfect.
I know what the best means. Thanks for all the people that says Marshall the best.
Yeah,
it means the best.
that's all your viewers right now on YouTube.
Big shout out to the FPV what?
Yaw Authority?
Yaw Authority.
Yeah, buddy.
Big shout out to you guys.
You got it. Here we go. Doodleist, Fender, King, good as butter. The blue team versus Shake and Bake. Good luck, pilots. Goggles down, thumbs up. Arm your quads. Live on the tone. Lesson 5.
Spud, Nick, you are correct. FPV for life.
So if the blue team pull up a first and a second, they'll move them for a tie for a second. Meanwhile, if Shake and Bake pull something out, if they pull a first and a second, they would be tied for a second right now. There goes King. King going to try and recover. And right now, the top line is the blue team. They're still flying. King going to try and get back on line, do a little defense on this action. Fender on lap number 3. King and Doodleist working on lap number 2 now. Doodleist getting a little more go-go juice, but King is right with him. The difference of 2 points
I would
and
wreck everybody.
1 point in this battle between Doodleist and King. Separated by just a gate, I believe. 2 gates. There's Doodleist on to lap number 4, 2 to go. There's King, 2.8 seconds back with 2 to go. Fender getting on to the last lap, lap number 5. White flag starting to fly for him. And now King gonna try and go full K Mead on the course. Doodleist goes on to the last lap. Now King just 1.5 seconds back. Fender with the win. And Doodleist trying to line things up. Fender with the win. Now it's going to come down to, oh no. Doodleist biting a tree. King, why are you still flying? King, you're done. You got second. You're good. Fender with the win, then King in second, then Doodleist in third. Interesting finish right there. Dude, even your flying mates are like, good job, bud. You won. You did good. You got second. You did good. You got some points. There's your finish. Fender, 5 laps a minute 29.
Another big shout out to you, the FP, your authority.
King, 5 laps a minute 43. Doodleist, 5 laps a minute 51. We lost good as butter on the opener, so that means that will be a total of 1 point.
That message that you said, the FPV, your authority, makes me really pringly. Get it?
3 races to go. So 1 point to the blue team, Fender and Doodleist. That moves them up in a tie for third. Three heats to go. Next up is Blue Jay Heisenberg versus Schnurr and Kyle Bomber. That's Chicklets versus Schnurr Bomber. On deck will be Drew Racer 32 Matter Day versus Turbo Joe and Drone Slinger. That's good team name versus Team Turbo. And in the hole, your top 2 teams. Team ReadyMadeRC in second going into this round, Mr. Noise and Jim G. And your leaders, Team Making Music, Sidewinder and Captain Uno to round things out. Unless we have a tie for points. Unless we have a tie for points.
That's right. Oh. That is the best. You hear that, Scully? Martha said you are the best.
I said Marshall is the best.
Oh, whoops. Sorry, Scully.
Okay, and you want more proof? Even the FPV authority said it.
Even the FPV authority said it. It's authorized, Mr. Noise. Yeah. Pilots taking seats. Turn the windshield wipers on. I don't know if we can do that. Is that possible? Need some rain, X. You guys having fun, though? This is a riot, right? Heck yeah. I told you it was going to be a long night, for sure. Well, I also figured it would be about 2 hours to run the program, and we started at 11:30. And you got to remember the extra badges. Remember we started late because of the, remember that whole badge thing? Yeah. Of course, because we wanted it to be dark. Remember that.
Everybody, say if you want Marshall to be in the race, because he can. He just has to grab his tello, and he can fly like
Well,
a birdie.
No, we're close to the final teams here, but you can't be lap traffic.
I could team up with Uno.
You could team up with Uno. That'd be a good race. But we'll have to do that tomorrow, okay?
Or Kyle.
Soon as we're done, we're packing up our stuff and we're going to go to bed.
Or
we're going to go to
Matt.
sleep. You're going to go to sleep. You're going to sleep till 1 o'clock because we've completely reversed your day.
1 p.m.?
Yeah, you're going to sleep till 1 tomorrow.
Actually, probably 1 a.m.
Yeah, well, that's what time it is right now. Don't tell Mommy.
I don't know what time
Doing a
it is.
walkout.
32, I guess.
Walking out to the line.
Mom, if you're watching this, it's 1:32.
Yeah, Mommy's not watching it, believe me.
Well, she was. Well, she was.
I was going to share it on my Facebook, and I'm like,
She'd probably
probably
kill you.
not a good idea. Probably not the
She'd be
best
really mad
idea.
with you if she was watching this.
No, she'd be like, oh, Marshall, you're doing a good job.
Maybe.
He did sleep till like noon today. Yeah.
No.
Because he was up till like 2 a.m. last night. Dad of the year.
Once I stayed up like 2 nights in a row.
Pancadicus RC.
No sleep at all that night.
This guy wants to know how old you are. How old are you?
I am at least
21.
9. I'm 9.
You're 9? We're doing the old
In
roundup.
about 3 months, 2 months, I'm going to be 9.
That's right.
2 months.
So that means you're 8 years and how many months?
Wait, what? I don't know. I
It's
can't do
math.
that math right now.
It's math.
Sorry, I prefer not to do that math
12
right
months
now.
in a year. You have 2 months to go. 12 minus 2 is?
Wow. Is he racing?
Don't be distracted by the
I do
comments.
race sometimes. I race myself in the races.
I think this is like next weekend, right? It's going to be me and Vanover. I'll be like, what? Just cross-eyed. What are you saying? I race myself sometimes. Give him a fist bump. Fist bump. It's Slowy. He's giving you a fist bump.
You're a good announcer. Where's
You have
the
to
fist
tell me
bump?
who you are first.
It's Slowy.
Don't know who you are.
Yes, you do. Fist bump.
Okay, then comment one of the things in the chat and I will.
He's not on YouTube yet.
So?
I can't believe you left him hanging for a fist
It
bump.
has to be on YouTube.
That's terrible.
He
That's
has to
terrible.
comment in the chat.
Yeah. No
Okay?
fist
He has
bumps.
to get on this live stream
Okay.
right now. Be one of the viewers
He's,
and chat.
he can't
say,
do that. He's like
Yes,
spotting.
he can. I see him on his phone right now. He can do it. He
He's
has
trying.
YouTube. I'm positive.
There-
In fact, it's free.
No fist bumps unless you chat. You post in the chat. You're becoming a streamer. So I don't know what the delay is. Do you know? Who knows?
I will not give you a fist bump, Slowy, if you do not chat in the chat.
He's trying his best.
you
George C
George
wants to know.
C?
He wants to know what happened. We're just
What
gritting up
happened?
right now.
What do you mean? What happened?
Yeah. Just clean some lenses. There we are. Look, there you go. Where's the fist bump? Give him the fist bump. That's what you said. You got to deliver. There you go. Good job. Kiki RC in house and online as well. Here we go. Pilots,
George C, what do you
arm
mean,
your
what
quads.
happened?
Live on the tone in less than 5. Off to the races one more time. Schnurr FPV with the whole shot on this one. Heisenberg second across the line, then Blue Jay, then Kyle Bomber. Schnurr FPV about to round out lap number 1. Heisenberg about the same. Gate into the tree to the ground. Pretty side down. Uh-oh.
Everybody, say it in the chat if you want to see me do the orange justice.
There we are.
You have to
Heisenberg
say
gets
yes,
back
though.
up. Blue Jay in the number 2 spot, though, here after 1 lap down. Sure and Blue Jay, then Kyle Bomber, then Heisenberg. Blue Jay now on to lap number 3 with a 16.1. Blue Jay's got things dialed in. Lots of pink up on his FPV feed. Looks like we might be down to 2.
RC, I will. I promise you. Let's have to wait for more I do's.
There's Blue Jay on to lap number 4. Heisenberg on to lap number 3 with that great recovery. So this could be 2 big points coming in here for the Chicklets.
Panquadius RC. Big shout out to you for waiting.
And there is the ding across the line. Blue Jay 5 laps in the session. And Heisenberg going to round out lap number 4 to make it official.
Double A. Marshall is the...
So that'll be 2 points coming in for the Chicklets in this one.
Double A. Marshall.
First and
Marshall
second, Blue Jay and Heisenberg.
Gabon. Big shout out to you, Double A.
And this one doesn't count, Heisenberg, so don't wreck your stuff, whatever you do. There's your official finish. We give 4 to Heisenberg and 5 to Blue Jay, and that'll give them 2 points to round out their efforts. Team Chicklets, that gives them a total of 2 points. That puts them in the top 8 in the number 7 spot right now. Just a few races to go. 2 to go. Up next, Drew Racer 32, Matter Day, Turbo Joe and Drone Slinger. And then on deck, Sidewinder, Cappuccino, Mr. Noise, and Jim G. Shout out to Eddie running the QR code scanning system.
The FPV Authority. You are a very good people or person.
That's Blue. He is a nice guy. We appreciate everyone watching online.
Panquadius RC, it's called Orange Justice. PT. F.
Double A says, having fun, buddy? Who has more fun than us?
Oh my god. I'll tell you the sticker. Who had more fun than us? Nobody.
There you go.
Hi from Kazor. Hi from Canada. Well, hi to you too, Kazor.
Drew Racer 32 and Matter Day.
That is correct, Double A.
Up against Team Turbo, Turbo Joe,
Panquadius RC, what does rocks mean?
and Drone Slinger. These guys are tied right now at the bottom of the board with 1 point. That is going to change here after this next matchup. And then on deck, Sidewinder, Captain Uno, Team Making Music, and Mr. Noise, along with Jim G, Team ReadyMadeRC. They were 1 point apart going into this final round, first and second seeded. Now as we look to some of these points accumulated here over the races here in round number 4, that story has changed. If
Panquadius RC, you are smart.
If ReadyMadeRC gets first and second, that'll tie them with Team Radiator. We'll have a race-off if they get first and second. Meanwhile, if Sidewinder and Captain Uno get first and second, then they win. If they only get first, they'll be tied, and we'll have a race-off. The one thing we do know is Aviator, Rad Choi, you're going to be racing the winners of the one on deck. More racing tonight, guys. How awesome is that, huh? Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, Panquadius RC. I vote for more likes too. Big shout out to you, Panquadius RC.
I think it's fun. What do you think, Mr. Noise? It's a great time. Yeah. Well, everyone who's not racing anymore went to sleep. It's the dull and sultry tones in my voice that put people to sleep.
Your authority. Can I have a team pilot T-shirt too?
Hey, we need to send someone to sneak into the RV.
Yeah, and do
Yeah, we need some orange.
Oh, you want one?
Yeah.
I got
You gonna be able to tiptoe in there? Don't wake up Uncle Tim.
you. So, I can see
Yeah.
Something in the back that's negative.
Don't wake up Uncle Tim. Question, does multi-GP do news still? Well, we don't do a news program, but we do weekly updates of the 2019 multi-GP series.
What does Joe does multi-GP do news still mean?
I just answered that question while you were thinking, while you're
Still
putting
know what
together
it
the
means.
sentence. I was already coming out with it. I'm on
Like, what does it
tomorrow's
mean?
news. You're on yesterday's headlines.
Tomorrow's news?
Yeah.
So I'm going to be on it?
Hey, there's someone else from Canada. There's Kowser.
Yeah, I know. They said that.
TSM Space says, it's the perfect time here in Honolulu. Always missing our regular live streams, but these ones at almost 2 o'clock in the morning, right in his time zone.
TSM Space, I promise you we will do more live streams for you.
Yeah.
Bro, two.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, Pincatagus RC is from Australia.
Pincatagus RC, good job for being in Australia.
Yeah, good job.
Good place.
Good job on being
Is
born
it
there.
really hot right now? I bet you it is. Oh, that's where one of my mom's friends lives.
Scully, can they see you two up here announcing?
Can they see us? Only when I hit the button.
You gotta show them that you and your son are killing it right
Oh, yeah. You want to see it right now? What, the onboard cam? There we
Is
are.
it snowing on Australia right now?
Is it
Pinpoint
snowing in
Australia?
Australia? It never snows in Australia.
Everybody, I'll show you a super dab in the camera.
All right, super dab.
Super dab. Do it.
Daddy, hold
Yeah.
this in front of my face.
All right.
Hold this in front of my face. Done.
That was a super dab.
Good dab.
That's the super dab.
Yeah, we'll get back away.
Are you coming to...
How we doing, Matter Day? What's the story?
Hi from North Dakota. Almost from the...
I'd love to launch this one.
Well, I promise you, short bus. You can watch this, the rest of this in the morning if you'd like. I mean nationals. Short bus, sweet super dad, buddy. Thank you.
We got to pull Matter Day.
Shout out to you, short bus.
All right. Matter Day is going to take a
Marshall
knee.
and Joe are killing it. Way to go, team.
All right, here we go. We're
I
gonna
know
go with
somebody said that from here because I heard somebody say that over here.
All right, let's go green. Tough break for
Double A,
Matter
I
Day.
know you're here somewhere.
Double A is back home in
No, I
Indiana.
know they're here because I just heard somebody say that we're killing it.
Here we go. Pilot's
I literally
arm,
just heard somebody.
your quads.
Check see if anybody's
Live on the tone in
Nobody
lesson
is on the phone.
5.
Okay, sorry, I'm mistaken double A. And thank you, double A.
This one has a
very much.
tiny
Big
whoop,
shout out to you,
top
Double A.
right-hand corner of our screen with Drone Slinger. It's Drew Racer 32 and Turbo Joe.
Track Marshall. The FPV,
Opposing teams battling it out for
authority is
positions.
Marshall,
Turbo
the best,
Joe.
the official
It's
track
Turbo Joe, your leader
Marshall.
after 1 by 2 seconds over Drew Racer
Don't know what that
32.
means, the authority.
Okay, stop, okay? Because we're racing right now. Oh,
I'm
no.
gonna talk.
Not sure what just happened
for
with a
bit,
tiny
everybody.
whoop, making contact with a little something, something. Now it's a separation of 4 between Turbo Joe and Drew Racer 32 after 2. Drone Slinger getting around on that lap, and now onto lap number 2. Turbo Joe goes on to lap number 4. Had a 4-second lead over Drew Racer 32. It's now a 6-second lead as they have 2 laps to go. Turbo Joe in a whole new line under that tree line. Now onto lap number 5. 1 more to go for your leader. And we get on the lead lap as well with Drew Racer 32. And this one's done 5 laps in 73 seconds. Turbo Joe is going to pull off the win for Team Turbo, giving them 1 point as Drew Racer 32 pulling up second. 5 laps, a minute 22 when it's all said and done. 2 races to go because I think we're going to have a tiebreaker. I mean, maybe just 1 more to go. We'll see how this all plays out. First, let's take a look at the official finish results up on the screen. Shout out to the boys in the truck. There's Turbo Joe, 5 laps, a minute 13. Drew Racer, 32, 5 laps, a minute 22. Drone Slinger with 2 laps with the Tiny Whoop in a minute 12. And we lost Matter Day back before we took off with some issues with the old camera. I think a little bit moisture and so forth. So now we come to our final heat, looking at our points here. Last team to go is going to be Sidewinder Captain Uno, Team Making Music. Your leaders going into this round sitting with a grand total of 4 points. Versus Mr. Noise and Jim G, Team ReadyMadeRC, sitting with 3 points. If ReadyMadeRC wins first and second, they tie Radiator. If they only get first and Team Making Music gets second, then this one's done. Radiator's your winner. If Team Making Music gets first and second, they're your champions. But if they only pull up at first, Radiator is flying against them for a race-off for the championship.
I just wanna lay in my bed. To feel like picking up my phone, so leave a message at the tone. Cause today I swear I'm not doing anything.
That's good.
I'm gonna kick my feet up and stare at the fan. Turn to
You can sing, just not on the microphone. Question coming in from my Australian friends about the Australian Nationals coming up, I believe, in October or early November. And nothing concrete as yet. Might be making the trip back to the land down under. Looking for those extra sky miles here in 2019. We'll see how that plays out. A lot of fun last year. Love to hang out with my buddy Timmy Tron. Had so much fun at the Australian Nationals with Timmy Tron that we actually brought him to China with us for the Star Mach drone racing exhibition. Yeah, there's free chips. Yeah, Mission Foods is back. All right, we've set the scenario a few times. Does Team Making Music get first and second to be our winners, or are we pushing another race off? Let's see how it plays out. Good luck, pilots. Arm your quads. Live on the tone in less than 5. Whole shot's going to go to Sidewinder. And Team Making Music now on the ground with Sidewinder now back up. Captain Uno going to lead the charge for his team. All kinds of traffic coming out of that split S gate, which means it's all Mr. Noise here at the moment. Lap 1 done with a 20.0. And out of the corner of my eye, I see Jim G throwing his hands up. So that's not looking good for Team ReadyMadeRC right now. There's Sidewinder.
the FPV Authority. I will.
And Mr. Noise.
Don't you worry.
Mr. Noise to the good. Sidewinder trying to play a little catch up here on lap number 3. And El Capitan Uno trying to pull that second place. And we lost Mr. Noise. That means Sidewinder and El Capitan Uno are the only ones left in the air, which means they're going to pull first and second when this is all said and done. Marshall, put your jammies on. It is bedtime, buddy. This one is over. Victory lap coming in right here. Sidewinder across the line, 5 laps, a minute 24, and El Capitan Uno finishing up right behind him. And they finish up first and second here in race number 20. Taking a look at those times coming in. Times on the board as you look at the times, the digits on the board, and your final points after the refresh. That's a race off. Let me double check the math on that. Oh, you know what? Oh, no, I totally messed that up.
Yes.
I totally messed that up.
RC.
I totally messed that up. Yeah, because I only gave them 1 point. They got 2 points, but I gave them 2 points. That gives them 5 points.
No, good job.
Let me do a quick little math check here.
Where the
Penquatis RC. I probably won't become a pilot because I really want to be a YouTuber, but I will always remember you.
4.
And I will always give you big shout outs in my head. I will never forget you, Penquatis RC. You're one of my favorites.
That gives you 6. They are your winners. Sidewinder and Captain Uno, your winners. Oh, I see what I did. I see what I did wrong. I hit a wrong button, guys. My only mistake of the day. It is official. Now let's hit it. Now let's refresh it. And let me do this button over here. That was kind of my bad. I tried my best there. Team totals. Off team totals. Now back to team totals. Refresh the team totals. And there we go. Now it's official. Sidewinder, Captain Uno, Team Making Music. They're your winners. Team Making Music, 6 points. And that's with 4 wins across the board. They won every single round. As you look to the second column there, you look to every other team pulled up at least 1 loss, but Sidewinder and Captain Uno sweeping the board and the points as well with 6 championship points there at the top of the board. Each of them earning a $50 gift card to ReadyMadeRC. That's $100 to the winning team. Someone go wake up Tim right now. Collect that right now. I think he needs to pay out. He needs to get out here. And this is how we finish it right here.
I will have a channel, but currently me and my dad has a channel and I'm on a lot of videos.
That's how every podium should be done right there. They go up to their own music that they make. Team Making Music, they're your winners. Congratulations once again. Sidewinder and Captain Uno, 6 points across the board, 4 wins through the entire spread. And what an exciting night that was. Second place, Team Radiator with a total of 5. And Mr. Noise and Jim G, ReadyMadeRC, going to pull up 3rd overall. 3 wins, 1 loss, a total of 3 points, puts them in the number 3 spot. That was a lot of fun. Thank you, everyone, checking out our live stream and being with us here tonight.
Had fun, AA. We're going to have even more fun tomorrow night.
We're not racing tomorrow night. We're going to be driving home tomorrow night. But, yeah, we'll have a lot of fun tomorrow night as well.
All the people that are in the chat, I will never forget one of you. Just know that.
Oh, isn't that nice? That is the most nice thing that someone has ever said on a live stream. On behalf of Marshall Scully and the entire team at ReadyMadeRC, my name is Joe Scully. Thank you for the pleasure of your company here tonight. This has been a presentation by ReadyMadeRC. It's the 6th edition of FPV Fest. If you're in the greater Minerva area of Ohio. Join us tomorrow. We got another full day of fun flying and some FPV games and much, much more. Thanks to our great partners, Team Blacksheep, Flite Test, ProfiCNC.
Love you all, people. Peeps.
Along with Eagle Tree and Fat Shark RC Vision Systems. We will see you the next time. Thanks for checking out our brand new format. And we'll see you the next one next weekend when we are live from Buffalo, the Erie County Fair on the MultiGP YouTube channel, livefpv.com Facebook page as well. Have a pleasant tomorrow. Scully and Scully out.
Channel 1 going down. Hold on, channel. Down, channel 1. Some plug.
Hey, Joe.
Hey,
Yeah, thanks for the announcing, all your hard work, man.
yeah.